Okay, now let's go to the last thing, which is the inverse. Now for the inverse of the function, inverse of sine, we use the inverse. Okay, why we use it? To find the measure, okay, the measure of the angle. So the inverse used only to find the angle, to angle theta. Angle theta is equal what? Okay, so how we can do that? We can use it, we can use calculator. So in the calculator, if you have the normal calculator, which is EX991, you can click shift, okay, and mode, then 5, then you can shift, no, sorry, not shift mode 5, just click shift plus any of the trigonometric. You click sine, or you click cosine, or you click tan. If you click shift and one of these, you will see that the question written, or the calculator write to sine to the power of -1, then you need to write the answer. Same thing for the cosine, it will be cosine to the power of -1, then you write the angle, then you know the angle. Okay, so as we can see here, we can know the angle using the shift sine, or the angle using shift cosine, or the angle using shift tangent. Now let's look to the example and we understand what I'm talking about. Now have a look, let's have a look on example 3. So example 3, it's saying find the value of x. We need to find the value of x. Value of x means we need to find this side here. So as we mentioned before, we have to use the given angle. So the given angle is 42. Now regarding this angle, we know we need to find x, and the given side is 18. So what's x represent to the angle 42 is the adjacent, and this one is the hypotenuse. For which of the trigonometric, 6 trigonometric, sine, cosine, tangent has adjacent and hypotenuse? It's cosine. So cosine theta is equal adjacent over hypotenuse, which means cosine 42 equal adjacent is x, hypotenuse is 18. Now we can use the cross multiplying. X times 1 is equal x. 18 times 42, so now is equal 18 times cosine 42. Now we know the answer, which is 13.37. Now let's go to the second question here down. So the second question, use the given angle. The given angle is 663. Now look to the side given one. So this side is given, so we consider this one as opposite to the regard based on the angle. And this side here is the hypotenuse. Why this one is the hypotenuse? Because it's opposite to the right angle. So this one hypotenuse. Now regarding the angle, or base this angle he given, opposite over hypotenuse, which trigonometric? It's sine. Sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse, which means sine 63 equal opposite equal 200 over hypotenuse x. Now this one is over 1. Now we cross multiply. 200 times 1 is equal to 200. X times sine 63, so is equal x times sine 63. Now I need to find x, so I have to divide both sides by sine 63. Divide by sine 63. So we cancel this 2 sine, so x is equal 200. Divide by sine 63 is equal 224.46. So this is the second question. Now let's go to the example 5. So the example 5 is saying use a trigonometric function to find the measure of what? To find the measure of angle. Because to find the measure of angle, so of course I need to use the inverse, because to find the angle we need to use the inverse. How to use the inverse? We need to click on the calculator shift, then we use one of the trigonometric, sine, cosine, tangent. Now how do we know? From the question. Now we use the same rule. What's the given angle? This is the given angle. So this theta is the angle that we need to find. Now what's the relation between this angle and this side here? So this side here consider as the opposite to the given angle. Now and what's the also given other side is this one here. So this one is the adjacent. Now, which trigonometric ratio has opposite over adjacent? Is the tan. Tan theta is equal opposite over adjacent. So tan theta is equal, opposite is 26 over adjacent, which is 11. Now, how to find the theta? How to find this? So I have to use in the calculator, shift, then click tan. Then the calculator will show you that, okay, theta is equal tan to the power of -1. Then we write 26 over 11, which is equal 67 degree. So this is how we can use the inverse. Now, how about the last question here, which is easy one? Do the same thing. Use the given angle 35. So the given 35, what's the opposite side, which is x here? So the opposite side, I need to find it. And this one is the adjacent. So opposite over adjacent is the tan. Same thing, tan theta is opposite over adjacent, which is tan 35 equal opposite is the x over adjacent, which is 10. Now we use cross multiplying. Okay, so let's use red, cross multiplying, x times 1, x equal 10 times tan 35, which is equal 7, only 7, yes, is equal 7. Now he asked me to find z. You can also use, now regarding the angle, the given one, let me erase this, okay? So now we can use the same angle, so we need to find z, and 10 is given, okay, which is adjacent over hypotenuse. We can use cosine. Cosine 35 equal adjacent is 10 over z. So we can use cross multiplying 10 times 1. Okay, let's continue here. 10 equal z times cosine, z times cosine 35. Then now we can divide both sides by cosine 35 and cosine 35. So we cancel them. So z is equal, we know that 10 divided by cosine 35 is equal, I think, 12.2. Okay, 12.2. So this is how we can solve the question. If you need anything, please let me know. Now it's your turn. Try to solve these questions and find the measures, the missing one. Then if you have anything, please ask me. Now, let's go to the last part of the lesson, which is angle of elevation and angle of depression. If you look to the picture in front of you, so look to this one here. So let's say I'm standing here on the floor. So let's say my length is equal 178, okay, centimeter. Now, if I look straight from my eyes, so this is my inside, okay, because I'm looking straight. Now, if you look to the airplane, so now when I just move my head up a little bit, so and I look to the plane, I created from my straight side angle, okay, and what we call this angle, we call it angle of elevation, okay. So when you look now while you're sitting, look straight. So this is the straight line. Now if you look up to the ceiling, now you are creating an angle from the straight side to or let's say from the straight line to the ceiling. So now you're creating an angle of elevation. Now the same thing happen if now let's say the pilot is sitting here and his side is in front of him, which is this one here. So this is the side of the pilot. Now if the pilot just look down, okay, he want to see me. So if he want to see me, now he creates another angle while he's looking to me. So now he creates this angle, and because this angle is down or below his side, so we call this one angle of depression. So it's sad angle because it's opening down. Okay, so this is the difference between angle of elevation and angle of depression. Now let's solve this question here. Use two angles of elevation. If we read the question together, a hot air balloon that is moving above a neighborhood has an angle of depression 28. So now they are looking down, which is they create angle of 28 to one house, and 52, and they create also 52 for the other house. Okay, now we know that the first angle it's for the first house, and the second angle is for the second house. Okay, now let's continue. If the height of the balloon is 600 feet or 650 feet, which is this one here, estimate the distance between the two houses. So he needs now to find the side y. So we need to find this length, distance between them. Now, you need to think deeply about that. You need to think about how you need to create a straight triangle, maybe like this, or maybe the straight triangle or right angle triangle will be like this. Okay, so you need to think about different way how you can write or make a right angle triangle using one of the different shape. Okay, it could be small right angle triangle or it could be big right angle triangle. Okay, for example, let's have a look on the bigger right angle from the first house here. So this house, if I go from where we're looking to the first house and we create this angle here, okay, so we have big triangle here. See, we have big triangle. So now if we start using this big triangle here from the second house, we know that the angle here is equal to 28. Okay, so I can use this given angle to find the other side. So now regarding this given angle, look to the opposite side, which is this one here. It's equal 65. Now I need to find this side here, and I don't know this side because I don't know what is y, what is x. So when you look to the first big triangle, we can't use it. Why we can't use it? Because I don't have the side below to find the big one here. Okay, or what can I do? I have an idea. Okay, if I find the total side from here to here, okay, and then after that I minus this side from the side x, I can get what? I can get y, right? So now I need to find the longer side. So how can I find the longest side using this? So I can use the opposite side over the adjacent side, because we know that this is the hypotenuse. Okay, so now to find the longest side, which is in the black one here, I need to find all the distance, total distance. I need to use tan theta is opposite over hypotenuse. Opposite over adjacent. Now tan theta is equal 650 equal opposite, not 600, tan 28, tan 28 is opposite 650 over, let's call this big side z. Okay, so to find z, now we use cross multiplying. 600 times 1, 650 times 1 is 650, then z times tan 28. Now I can divide both sides by tan 28, divide by tan 28. We cancel this 2 times, so we can find z, which is equal 1000. Z is equal 1222.5, 4.47, which is 0.5. Now I found the total distance, which is 1222.5. Now if I find x, okay, if I find x here, okay, if I find this x and I minus it from 1000 to, can I get y? Yes. So y, the rule of y is equal z minus what? Minus x. Okay, now we know that z is equal, let me write here, Z already we find it, 1222.5 minus. I need now to find x. How to find x? Now we already created big triangle. Now let's create a small triangle. Now let's erase all of this. Okay, let's create now a small triangle using the other house. So I have this house here, the blue house. Let's create a right angle triangle. So let's create this one here. Okay, this one, and this one, and this one here. So we have this triangle, and we know that this given angle is 52 and the opposite side is given, which is 650. So I need to find x by using the adjacent. Now let's find the other one. Tan theta is opposite over adjacent. Tan, okay, 52 equal opposite 650 to find the adjacent, which is x. Now let's use cross multiplying. 650 times 1 equal x times tan 52. Now we divide both sides by tan 52. So 650 divide by tan 52. We cancel this tan. So x is equal 507.8. So now I found x, okay, which is, I can write it here. So 500 and, let me make this one bigger, 507.8. Now if I minus them, 1222 minus 500.78 is equal 714.7. So now I find y, which is equal 714.7. Okay, I hope you understand this. We finished the lesson. We have here some exercises for you. Try to solve these two questions by yourself. And if you need help, please let me know. That's it for today. Try now. Let me put this one back here. Okay. Now try your turn to solve this. Get more power on the question. Okay. See you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.